The creators of Game of Thrones are being given a massive $160 million budget for their new show on Netflix, and it is a strong signal that the streaming service wants the show to succeed. Three Body Problem, the latest book adaptation by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, premieres on March 21, 2024, tells an expansive and dense science fiction story that demands the large budget. The new show is the duo's first venture back into television since the controversial final season of Game of Thrones. Adapted from a 2008 novel series by Liu Cixin, Three Body Problem looks at the consequences of a decision made by a 1960s Chinese scientist. The award-winning novel looks at the impact across multiple generations and how humanity is left to grapple with events made by one person that open a door to encounters with extraterrestrial life. The cast of Three Body Problem includes starring roles from Benedict Wong and Jess Hong. Several Game of Thrones alums appear in Three Body Problem, such as Jonathan Pryce, Liam Cunningham, and John Bradley, which is set to break financial records. Three Body Problem has the highest cost per episode of any new Netflix show. The executives at Netflix are all in on Benioff and Weiss making Three Body Problem a huge hit because their new show has the highest cost per episode of any premiere season in Netflix history. According to the Wall Street Journal, via the playlist, the cost for each episode of Three Body Problem Season 1 will be around $20 million. With an expected 8 episodes in the first season, that means Netflix will be paying somewhere around $160 million for the entirety Three Body Problem Season 1. Below is a look at notable television series and their cost per episode over the last 10 years. While the price tag is enormous, it is not the highest Netflix has ever paid per episode for one of its shows. Stranger Things Season 4 reportedly reached $30 million per episode, but the cost to produce its first season in 2016 was considerably smaller. At the time of Stranger Things Season 4 in 2022, the show was also a global blockbuster hit and a property that many considered the flagship of the streaming service. Three Body Problem represents a big gamble for an international, complex, science fiction story that has not aired in the United States before. Three Body Problem's record-breaking budget is an encouraging sign. Benedict Wong looking up in the sky in Three Body Problem. Netflix is clearly betting very big on this new show, just as they have bet big on the partnership and creative efforts of Benioff and Weiss. As with any new show, and especially one with this level of budget and publicity, there is a risk, but this reported budget per episode means Three Body Problem is getting every chance it can to succeed. The alternative, of course, is that Netflix moves forward with Three Body Problem but does not allocate the necessary money and resources to make it a hit show, but that does not appear to be the case. Since it has been developing original programming, Netflix has produced a number of expensive original series. This does not mean all of them have been successful, however. While some series such as Stranger Things, The Crown, The Witcher, and One Piece have been revered by critics and audiences alike, other shows like The Get Down, Marco Polo, and Sense8 were flops and cancelled after a short period of time, mainly due to Netflix not being able to justify the massive expense due to small viewership numbers. Why Netflix is spending so much money on Three Body Problem? David Benioff and D.B. Weiss at a Game of Thrones event. Netflix spending this much money to produce the first season of Three Body Problem seems justified based on a number of factors. First of all, production costs have risen exponentially since the last season of Game of Thrones. Three Body Problem also presents a story that demands high-value production, with timelines taking place across the globe and across generations. This is not something Netflix wants to do cheaply, especially since science fiction shows like Stranger Things, Silo, and Severance are more popular than ever.